YouTube. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're not, then welcome back. If you like what you see, maybe give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe button. That will be coming up at the end of the video. Anyhow, as you may have worked out from the title, this is a quarantine vlog. Now, I use quarantine because technically I'm in quarantine, even though I haven't got that virus. The people who I live with are in high risk group. I am classed as high risk, but not high risk because I'm an overweight slob with asthma, basically. And so we are doing the 12 weeks isolation thing. Well, one member of the household is, another one is a key worker who's just to go to work, and I am limiting my contact with the outside world as much as possible. So that's the situation in this household and my life at the moment. I must say, I thought the end of the world as we knew it would have been a bit more exciting or interesting, or I'd be wearing something cooler than pyjamas. Because like I say, I'm a giant slob who has literally just slobbed around in pyjamas most of the week. I think I need an attitude adjustment. So with that in mind, I figured if I'm going to be stuck not seeing the boy for 12 weeks, and I'm missing them already, and I'm a giant slap, might as well do something useful with my time. So with that in mind, I bought myself some of, like, you know, pre-printed pattern sewn things, because one of the adulting skills that I don't have in my life is sewing, and I figured it'd be a good way of learning. Unfortunately, this is a child's one and I've messed it up, so I'm going to have to unpick it and try again, which just shows my general level of ineptitude. Can't even get a child sewing kit right, but everybody's got to learn somewhere, right? The other problem I have is the next one. Oh, I don't know why the instructions have got. Oh, there they are. That is the pattern I am going to attempt to crochet, but the instructions are all in like Japanese or Mandarin or Chinese. I'm not quite sure what that language is. All I know is I don't understand it. So that is going to fill up my 12 weeks, I think. Other than that, the other plan is to use it to get ahead with uni work, because I am a home student, so I have no excuse of not being going to lectures and stuff. And the other thing I'm hoping to do in my 12 weeks is to start some sort of fitness routine. Limited to what I can do, but we're in the process of sorting out the spare room into some sort of workout area. Fingers crossed. If that comes off, hopefully it will inspire me to get my butt off the couch or the bed and do some exercise and get rid of this double chin and the belly that I have, because honestly I don't like the way I look at the moment. But yeah. So, has anybody been keeping up with the news this week? Because been some interesting stuff, isn't it? Involving, I don't know, our Prime Minister, who has announced that he came down with coronavirus. Well done, face palm. Yes, my hands were clean. And that was a stage face palm. It didn't actually touch my face, although that demonstration did. So, eek. But they were clean anyways. I mean, a couple of weeks ago we wouldn't have had to make that disclaimer, so it just shows how fast the world has changed around us. What was I on to anyway? Boris. Boris. What a berk. basically, he is supposed to be teaching us like how to be safe and lead by example of how not to catch coronavirus, and then held press conferences where he was definitely not the prescribed 2 meters apart, which I think is about my arm span, but it isn't on camera, so that was useless. And this is a guy who was bragging that he was shaking hands with people who had gone down with the virus, etc., etc. Also down with it is our health secretary and Chris Whitty, who is someone very high up in like health and like public health of the NHS. He's definitely to do with health anyway. That's just a big face palm, isn't it? I mean, like, who would have thought that holding meetings about a very viral virus in close quarters was gonna lead to them getting it? Oh yeah, anybody with half a brain could have worked that one out. It's just sort of like the level that we're at. And while we're at it, ventilators. Such a sexy subject at the moment because we haven't got enough of them in this country. I can't remember the exact figures, but I'm sure it was around about 5,000. Don't quote me on that one. I will find a link and put it in the description box at some point. We have 5,000 for the entire UK, and they're predicting we're going to need a lot more than that. So rather than join this lovely EU scheme that everybody else has been working on to secure enough ventilators, Britain decided, because you know Brexit, allegedly, depending on which source that you read, they weren't going to do that. Although other sources have put it down to a communication issue, but we can do anything that Europe can do. When we are in a society where nurses and doctors are having to crowdfund PPE, other parts of the country, like the NHS, is there, are approaching fetish shops for PPE. Celebrities are having to donate money towards ventilators and PPE. We have got to have an inquiry into that when all of this is said and done. We really do, because like we've had like, I think the first case of coronavirus was November in China. So we've had like 4 or 5 months to get our shit together and get it sorted, and we haven't. Somebody needs their ass kicking for that. It won't happen. I know this. It's wishful thinking. But somebody needs their ass kicking for that, and for it to have been like looked at and like public inquiry into why nurses and doctors' lives have been put at risk, which in turn is putting the public in risk, because like if they're going down sick, you know, it's just like this going to be a horrible slope of it. And I don't care if like less than 2 weeks ago it was all about herd immunity, and you know, even with herd immunity, especially with herd immunity, we should have had this sorted out and enough ventilators in place and enough protective clothing in place, rather than like relying on volunteers to make it, or fetish stores to donate the stocks, or the army to distribute it. It's just fucked up, man. Other stuff in the news though. I mean, well done everybody that gave the clap for the carers. I joined in from my couch. I didn't film it because that would be wanky. But I wonder how many people who did the claps or set off fireworks or rang the bells or whatever you did will consider the government's actions when the next elections come around with this, like, and consider how brilliant an institute the NHS is, but how it's been ground down and ground down and ground down and ground down. And I'm not just blaming the Conservatives for this. This is like successive governments for a long, long time. But I'm mainly placing the blame on the Conservatives because I'm a loony left wing guy. Yeah. When the next election inevitably comes round, because we seem to be having one of them every 2 years or so, how many people will actually consider the government's actions now and say, you know what, we're going to put a vote for the NHS and we're going to do the right thing by the NHS? Or how many people will go, I'm going to be selfish and vote for the party that benefits me the most rather than the party that benefits society the most? And by benefits society, I mean like healthcare as a fundamental right. I don't know. I'm rambling. As far as this channel is concerned, obviously because I am limiting my time out, things may be sporadic for a while. A lot of the planned videos I had involved me being outside, but obviously we are now all staying home for various reasons, and some people are saying it's going to be 3 weeks. I think it's going to be more like 12 weeks. We shall see who's right. I just hope whenever it is, the government actually acts responsible towards it. But yeah, so I'm having to have a rejig and a rethink about what videos I am going to plan. So they may be sporadic for a while. The next one is definitely going to be a bad game video. I need a better title for that, because it is Kusel Grande again, and although I'm not a competitor this year, my partner is, so it's kind of a way of having that connection when we can't have that connection. So his first game was Adam's Family. I don't know a lot about it. I know he enjoyed playing it. So we shall see. Apparently it's based on one of the film and you're playing as not an Adams, which has intrigued me a lot. So that will be the next video. Whether that goes up tonight or Wednesday or next Sunday remains to be seen, just with everything going on at the moment. So yeah, that will definitely be the next video. So I'll see you then. But for now, stay safe, keep your butts the fuck at home unless you have to go out. And by have to go out, I mean not going to the Lake District to walk your dog, or having a barbecue, or going to a sleepover. That's an entire different rant. Let's just say we have a lot of corona and COVID idiots in this town at the moment and in this country, and like as soon as everybody falls in line, the quicker we can lower the curve and life can return to some sense of normality. So you are selfish pricks at the moment if you're not following government advice. Selfish bastards. You might be okay, but would your granny be? Just saying. But for now, I will see you later. Bye.